Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me on Barbecue Brothers. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how I like to start my fire and how to maintain it throughout a cook on an offset wood burning smoker, better known as a stick burner.
This is my brother Michael.
And this is my brother TJ, and we're the Barbecue Brothers. After burning lots and lots of wood, ruining quite a bit of meat that somehow I managed to choke down as not to waste it, I've pretty much figured out it's a lot easier to control the amount of fuel that you put on your fire versus trying to control the air that goes to the fire. If you build a bigger fire and control the air by shutting off the dampers or the exhaust vents, you choke the fire and it doesn't burn clean. When it doesn't burn clean, it releases impurities from the wood and creates creosote. Then you get a black, nasty, smoky looking liquid on your meat. It tastes bitter, it can make your tongue numb, and it's just not very pleasant. So the way I like to do it is leave the air as free flowing as possible and just control the amount of wood. Put on the amount of wood that it needs to build the heat that you want and just let it burn. I'll usually take a piece of wood, a small piece like this, and lay it in there. And then I like to use fire starters. There's a bunch of different kinds. I use the ones like this from HEB. Sometimes I use the white blocks. I'll light those, close the lid so it'll start. It's pretty windy here today. And I'll let that get started, and when it's burning good, I will get a piece of wood that has like a bunch of splinters and stuff. I call them strings hanging, and I will place it in the way that the fire is going to burn onto it. Then I'll take another piece and make like a little triangle. Once it starts burning, the fire will burn up and it'll catch all the pieces of wood on top on fire, and then it'll just start falling down into a bed of coals. We're about 8 or 10 minutes in, and this is what we have so far. I'm going to let it burn a little more until it's caught better, and then I'm going to knock it down and put some more wood, another bigger piece, and shut the lid. My fire's been going for about 30 minutes now. I added some more logs and let them catch fire. It's starting to build a bed of coals that's going to make really nice clean smoke for our cook. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 45 minutes. The fire's doing pretty well. I've got a thin blue smoke. Right now the wind's blowing, so it's a little more, but it's still thin and blue. And this is what it looks like inside the firebox. It's burning really good. The wood's caught well. Everything's doing good. I've got the door completely open, letting the air come freely. And my temperature dropped a little bit to 204, but it was averaging 225. It kind of varies 15 to 20 degrees. Okay, it's probably been an hour or so. I'm going to stir the fire a little bit. It's starting to drop temperature a little. And I'm going to let it burn some more. Pretty soon it'll be time to add another log to the fire. Right now it's keeping it about 225 to 230, thin, light, blue smoke, and doing well. Okay, it's starting to burn a little cooler. The temperature's dropping some. So I'm going to add another piece of wood. Basically, I'll just kind of stir this up a little bit and lay it across it a little bit crossways, maybe, so it can get some air. Always leave room for airflow. I'll let this get started good, and after a couple minutes of it burning off the ugly smoke, I will shut the lid. Okay, this is going to be the last check-in. I've added several pieces of wood, about 45 minutes apart, 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on the size of the wood. As you can see, it's still burning. I've got a nice bed of coals. It's maintaining the fire about 215 to 235 degrees pretty constantly. So that's pretty much all there is to it. This concludes our video on how to start and maintain a fire for a proper smoke on a stick-burning offset smoker. My fire is ranged anywhere from 215 to about 235 or 240. Pretty consistent for a wood fire. It's been a really nice thin blue smoke. Everything's doing really well. It's really windy today, so I'm surprised it did as good as it did. Hopefully you guys have learned something, and hopefully maybe some of you can teach me something. Feel free to leave comments, subscribe, like, and share, please. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Barbecue Brothers. Bye-bye.